say, but it was probably a little too aggressive of a thought to do that, so I decided not to. First of all, I would like to thank directors as leaders for the invitation to have some fun with you all for about 30 minutes. 30 is all I got, so stay with me. And a special thank you to Christina and Kim for all of the logistical assistance. I've become a stalker of Christina's LinkedIn page. She always has posts that make you go, So thank you, Christina, for your transparency and your wisdom. I'd also like to welcome my mom and thank her for joining us today. Go ahead and wave, just wave. She's not the most obedient parent, but she tries. It's truly an honor to be here with so many passionate, dedicated professionals who shape the lives of children every single day on purpose. We are not just teachers, administrators, owners. We are builders of dreams. We are shapers of futures. We are nurturers and we are leaders. And one of those leaders, one of my directors, is here today and happens to also be my sister. I have been speaking publicly for nearly 20 years and I've never met a microphone I did not like. Public speaking is one of my superpowers, and today I would invite you to be the judge of that. As a first-time speaker in this space, my hope is that through my stories, you will learn something about yourself. You will feel encouraged, be inspired, and enjoy our time together. When I first prepared for this, I had all these great nuggets and tools to share, but a little voice kept reminding me of a conversation that I had with Christina. I asked her what she wanted me to speak about, what she hoped you would take away from this. And she reminded me of our first meeting and encouraged me to just share my journey. So here is my story. I went back and forth, and after hours of preparation, I set my notes aside and listened to my inner voice. Just tell your story. So Christina, you all have to invite me back to speak about leading, cultivating, and supporting one another in this space. Christine, I need a clap back there or something. Thank you. So I invite you to listen for this phrase, gem alert. That simply means I'm going to drop a gem that is valuable, a piece of wisdom, advice, or insight for you to carry forward, for you to apply, and for you to remember. Our first gem alert is put your fork down and get your pens ready. The work you do every day is what I call heart work. Heart work. It is not hard work, it's hard work that sometimes can be hard. That's why when things don't go as planned, you feel more frustration, you feel less frustration and more disappointment. Because your heart is at work. And for that, I want to thank you. You are doing incredible work with the best people in the world, our little people. Give yourselves a round of applause for what you do every day, for how you show up every day. You have heard my bio between bites and table conversations. I just want to highlight one part of it. I spent over 20 years working for OCFS. I do not need to tell you what that acronym stands for. Holding various administrative positions. The last role I held wasn't my choice. It was because my previous position was being moved to Albany and they wanted me to relocate in 45 days. Hello. It was a no for me. So I applied for transfer positions that would allow me to stay in Buffalo. Long story short, I ended up in the child welfare department, just moving around the corner in the same building. And it didn't take me long to find out I hate it. The cases, the stories, the children who fell through the cracks because they didn't have advocates broke my heart. Most of my experience had been in administration, training on leadership, auditing state-funded grants, serving as an EAP coordinator for the region, but this was different. I wasn't built for this. I worked hard, but I wasn't built for it. I worked alongside people who had been in the field for years, and the very things that made my heart hurt, that kept me up at night, they made jokes about as a coping mechanism. And then came COVID, and we had to work from home. And if COVID taught me anything, it was that life was not promised, literally. So when they said it's time to come back to the office, I gave my 30-day notice. I tell people I took an early retirement because I was just a few years away from the retirement mark. But the truth is, it's hard to say I quit, because I ain't no quitter. Even my husband asked me, why would you leave a good job? I said, because I have you. Just saying. I said, I'm leaving a good job for a great one. And that, my friends, is how I took the leap into childcare full time. A place where I knew it would be hard work that sometimes was hard. So my childcare journey began while I worked for New York State in 2018. I decided to invest in a childcare program with my cousin. She had an in-home daycare, and I had the bright idea of having a center. I set up the business policies, I interviewed staff, I managed the financials, and I left her to be the expert for the day-to-day childcare work. Sidebar, 7 years later, we both do everything. Everything. She has trained me well. And as women, which is the majority of the room, Happy Women's Day, we know how to do everything. Okay, I digress. After just 1 year, I saw the impact on where we were making with these families. We had a solid team, a full enrollment, and a wait list. I wanted to do more heart work. So I started looking for a larger space. Balancing a full-time job and this dream wasn't easy, but as women, we can do everything. I found a location 3 times the size. We went from 3 classrooms to 7, from 37 kids to 83, and then COVID delayed our expansion. But in some ways, it also freed up my time. I had nowhere to go. I was at home. We were all at home. Our first site never closed. We stayed open for our essential workers, our police officers, our nurses, our teachers who couldn't teach and work and teach children and teach their children at the same time. And when the world started reopening, so did we. We opened our second location. That's when I realized, Gem alert, grab a pen, check this out. I would rather do hard work that is sometimes hard than to do hard work that broke my heart. I asked myself, do I do the hard work of showing up to a job I hate? Or do I do a hard work where I know I can make a difference? I chose making a difference over making a living. I took that early retirement. I walked away from security. I walked away from benefits. I walked away from longevity. I walked away from familiarity. And I walked away from hard work for hard work. As an owner and chief operating officer, that is now my job, my friends. And that is my story. I tell you my story to show you the value of your work. This is the value of work. This is what you have chosen to do. And it is my hope that every single day you will recognize your value, even when no one else does. Even when no one else tells you that you're valuable. Remember, you are valuable. I want you to know that you are one of the most important people in the best lives, and that is little people's lives. Gem alert. We don't always know their full stories, but we do know the story we choose to write for them every day. They were kept safe. They were cared for. They were nurtured. They were educated. They were loved. It isn't always easy. It isn't always easy when you go home and smell like throw up. It isn't always easy when you're spit on, when you're kicked, when you're bitten. It isn't always easy when your administrator is short-staffed. You're an administrator and you're short-staffed, and you have to go into the classroom all day when you know you have a laundry list of things that you're supposed to be doing. It isn't easy when 5 o'clock rolls around and you still have 5 kids and you close at 5. And then here comes the parents, sorry I'm late. Again, this is the 4th time this week. We need to work something out here. It isn't easy. It isn't easy when it's Friday and it's payday today, ironically, and you have 3 call-offs. It isn't easy being short 5 people. And even when it's not easy, you still show up. You show up because you have the heart for this assignment. We are not paid enough. We are not thanked enough. We are not appreciated enough. We are not acknowledged enough. I see you shaking your head. You are valuable. You are valuable. And even when you're not acknowledged, remember why you took this position, why you're in this position. It's because of the hard work. We give everything even when it's hard, because we believe in what we do. And when we get to work, everything we give is ready for the taking. Our students take all of our energy, and our coworkers take all of our patience. Well, maybe that's just at Lighthouse Centers. Our coworkers take all of our patience. Most of our students arrive to us in their most selfish state. They are born selfish. They cry and have tantrums when they need and want something, and when they get it, they don't want anything to do with you. They're done. They got what they needed. They're good. Gem alert. Our hard work teaches our students to love beyond their needs. And that is what makes you invaluable. We teach them to be friends, to share, to hug, be nice. This is the beginning, petals, of their social emotional skills. And you are the one who gives them that on purpose. How many of you remember, by a show of hands, a teacher who impacted your life? Okay. How many remember how old you were? Probably 3rd grade, 2nd grade, 5th grade. Nobody remembers their infant room teacher. Many of the children we care for are too young to even remember our names. But they remember how we made them feel. And one day, when they're 16 and an inner voice will whisper something you told them when they were just 1 year old, try a little harder. You got this. No one is more special than you. They will carry the lessons we teach, lessons beyond just numbers, letters, and colors. They will remember kindness. They will remember patience. They will remember perseverance long after they leave you. Gem alert. We can do big things with small people, even if they never acknowledge us. You ought to walk out of work knowing that you made a difference. You changed a life on purpose. You are the seed sower, planting seeds that over time you hope that somebody else will water when they leave you. When working with young people, there are times when you will see what they learned in 10 seconds or 10 months. Look with me at these slides. I got my handy dandy clicker.
You might have to turn it on. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I got you. There we go.
What do you think they're learning here? There is not an adult right there. She is comforting her. Guess why she's comforting her? Because she said it's Friday. And I'm not going to see you for 2 days.
Aww.
It's going to be okay. Monday's coming. Before nap time, while the teachers are cleaning up from lunch, this baby puts this baby to sleep, pats her back, covers her up, crosses her leg, and then begins to type in EOV to the parents, because that's what we do. While they're resting, get those types in, make sure you're sharing if they ate lunch or if they didn't, if they peed in the potty or not. This is what happens. You think that we showed her how to do this? He's got a car. She's pointing to the D because that's how you drive. She's teaching him. No, it's got to be the C. No, it's the D. That's how you drive with the car. It's time to get your hair washed. How many young folks how many people remember getting your hair washed in the sink? It's time to get your hair washed. Why are you closing your eyes? So that water doesn't get in them. Where did she learn that from? From us, right? I think that might be the last. Oh, no, there's another one. The teacher is showing her this pine cone. She is intensely looking at this cone to make sure it looks exactly like the teacher's. Because that's how this one right here. That's how she shows up. She is ready to learn, and she is going to listen to everything that you're doing. Allow me to give you just a few final thoughts. And then you all will tell me if I can answer questions. Okay. If you have questions, we may be able to take them. Kim's gonna let us know, okay? Gem alert, here's a question for you. Does the story of my life add up to the book that I want someone else to learn from? Does the story of my life add up to a book that I want someone to learn from? And if you do know that, what do you want the story to be? Know your gifts. Know your superpowers. Find them, embrace them, and use them. You have the power to change lives. You have the power to enrich lives. You have the power to transform lives by simply doing hard work, even when it's hard. And that, my friends, is what makes you incredible. You are incredible. You have the ability to change, enhance, and transform, enrich lives by doing the hard work, even when it's hard. Steve Jobs says, which is a leadership speaker, it's your passion for work that separates you from ordinary success. Your success looks much different than most, and that's what makes you invaluable and incredible. So continue doing what you do, doing what you love, because doing this job, you would have to love it. You would have to love it. Keep doing the hard work, even when it's hard. Last gem alert. You are a gem. That is the alert. You are a gem. Remember that. Put that in your pocket. Store it in your head. you are a gem. You are a gem. And when you walk into the room, let everybody know, gem alert. She is here for it, and he is here too. Yeah. I want to thank you all for your time, and I will take 1 or 2 questions if there are questions. And the mic is over here. And Mom, you cannot ask questions. Because she's not to see nobody get up and go, oh, I gotta get something. I know her so well.
Who's got a question?
Raise your hand.
You know I'll find you.
Okay, Mom, you can ask questions. Just kidding. Okay. No questions? That's... Oh. The question was, did you do good? Yes, absolutely.
You did good.
Absolutely, that's good. Thank you all for having me.